35, episode number 35. We have Deathlok, we have Paladin, and we are getting crazy right here at ToyPunks. This is episode number 35, guys. We've got Deathlok and Paladin. This is going to be sweet. I'm excited. We've got music by the band The Goddamn Gallows. You guys can check them out on Spotify. The album is called The Seven Devils because there are 7 figures we're opening for this series, because this is the Marvel Legends Deadpool series to build the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. So this is, I believe, our 3rd video. So if you guys haven't seen the other 2 videos, make sure you guys check that out, and also hit that notification bell because we're dropping the other videos. So at the end, we'll build the Sasquatch finally, and you don't want to miss out on that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. We are ToyPunks. Oi. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mercenaries of all ages, welcome back to another episode of ToyPunks. Toy, P-U-N-K-S. My name is Jordan, and today we've got 2 more figures from the Marvel Legends Deadpool Build-A-Figure Sasquatch Wave. That is a mouthful to say, but I am pumped, guys, because that just means we are one step closer to building this Build-A-Figure. If you guys have not seen the reviews from the other video, just click the link right there possibly and click that, and it should take you guys to our other figures, or wait till the end of the video and there should be a link there. We are going to be doing one more video that's going to wrap it up with X23 and the Build-A-Figure Sasquatch. So if you guys want to get notified, plus we're going to have more videos to come, hit that little bell up at the top so it will notify you guys, so you guys know when the next video drops. It should be dropping any day, but we just want to keep you guys up to date on what is going on. So let's just go over the boxes real quick. We're going to just do one at a time. Marvel's Paladin, we're going to do that first, then we'll do Deathlok. So let's check out this box. So pretty straightforward Marvel Legends box. You guys can see the figure there, Marvel Legends series right there, Deadpool, Marvel's Paladin, Hasbro down there. On the side we've got an animated picture of Paladin himself, the mercenary, and then on the back, same ordeal with the smoke picture right there. You guys know, you've seen it before. And on the top there we have Paladin is a mercenary marksman who always has his eye on the bottom line. That's pretty much it. And if you guys do not know, like I said, we've done a couple of these figures already, so check those videos out. But if you guys haven't seen those, these are the figures for this line. You only need 6 of these to make the Build-A-Figure itself. The red Deadpool does come in this line, but he does not contain a piece of the Build-A-Figure. So if you want this Build-A-Figure, you really don't need to get him, but he is a cool figure. So that basically shows that. And that pretty much does it. Pretty straightforward box. You guys know what's up. So let's stop talking about it. Let's crack this open. We'll check out Deathlok's box later, but let's do it. We are ToyPunks. Oi. Alright, so Paladin is out of the box and ready to go, so let's check him out. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys, I'm not sure, I don't really know too much about this character himself, besides that he is a mercenary. I think he's a cool looking figure though. He kind of reminds me, I don't know if it's just because of the purple, but he kind of reminds me of the Phantom a little bit. And I think this would be just a great figure for making some customs, just because he's a pretty standard base. And I think you could make some pretty cool custom superheroes if you wanted to. He'd just be a good figure to start with. He's got a couple accessories. He came with 2 guns. These are the guns here. If you guys can see, I'll try and get it to focus in a little bit better there for you. Having a little bit of an issue. There we go. So it's a cool color, a nice kind of almost like bronze kind of color to it. Some nice sculpting in there, a little bit of detail, nice little gun. So that's cool. He comes with 2 of them. This one is supposed to fit in here. Both of the guns are the same. One thing I've noticed about this figure is just how loosely this fits into it. It just basically sits in there. It doesn't really clip in. Usually a lot of times the holsters and stuff, it kind of fits better. If you guys can see though, this is like sealed off, so it can't really go all the way through unless I'm doing something wrong. I'm not too sure, but if you guys have a solution for it, let me know in the comments. See, this thing just keeps falling out. Another feature that I thought was really cool about this figure is just his boot knife. He's got a little slot there for his bronze knife, and that's a cool looking knife too. I really like that color. I think it looks great. And this fits in there. This fits in there nice and not super snug, but it fits in there. Yeah, it fits in there pretty good. Push it down well, and he's nice. Fits in there nice. So what else comes with the figure is you get the other piece of the Build-A-Figure. It looks like a leg, and that's pretty much it. As far as the figure itself, there's not too many variations of paint going on here. It's pretty straightforward. You get black, purple, a little bit of gold there at the top. I don't know why we're having so many issues with this focusing. There we go. So yeah, he looks good. He's got some color to him, but not really much going on with the paint. Just really, we've got black, purple, skin tone, and kind of a gold bronze look on his glasses there. If you guys want to take a closer look maybe at his face there. Let's see. Get it to clear up. It's not really focusing that great, so I apologize about that. But I think he looks good. Overall, the feel, this is kind of a different plastic right here. It's I don't know if you guys can hear that, probably not with the music going on in the background, but it's like a harder kind of plastic, this outer shell piece. As opposed to like the normal plastic that they use. It's kind of softer and more pliable, you know, like his hands and everything like that. And this obviously a little harder than his hands, obviously, but it's just completely a different plastic. Everything else, this is that softer plastic, but everything else is pretty much the same except for this is that, like I said, this harder plastic. So as far as the articulation goes, real quick, you know, we get the same style head. Not too much going back, a little forward, really not that movement in the head at all actually now that I'm playing around with this. So you don't really get too much going on side to side. Obviously they all twist all the way around. Obviously his head pops right off like all these figures do, pops right back on there. Arms, pretty straightforward. You guys get the idea. We have some movement there, elbows. You guys can see you get a little bit of detail right there with the elbow on his kind of gauntlet type things right there. You get some movement in the wrist. Nothing else really going on with that. You guys see what's up with that. Moving on, we get a top portion, and this is kind of has that same clicking motions that I had previously mentioned with the other figures. I noticed on this line, but like I said, I don't have many Marvel Legends, so maybe there are other figures that do that, but the ones that I do have don't really make that sound, so it's a little bit different. You get his waist moving, and you guys can hear there's still a little bit of clicking going on too. I'm not sure if I like that, but I kind of do, but I don't know. We'll see. We have a thigh cut up here, so you guys can see. You get some movement here, double jointed knees. This sweet boot knife. I just keep going back to that because I think it's really cool. And then your ankles. You guys get it. You got some ankle rocking action. You know what's up. This isn't your first video, I'm sure. So yeah, that pretty much does it. Not too much going on with this figure. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Like I said, I think he'd be a good base figure for your own custom. But yeah, that's it. So let's set this guy to the side. Let's break open Deathlok and check him out. We are ToyPunks. Oi. Alright, here is Deathlok. He is crazy with his crazy gun. He's looking pretty dope. What a crazy looking cyborg guy he is. So yeah, let's check out this box real quick and then we'll crack him open and check him out. So you guys can see the figure right there. Marvel Legends, same thing as all the other boxes. Deadpool, Deathlok, right there. We've got a cool picture on the side of an animated version of his cyborg looking craziness going on there. On the back we've got Deathlok, and what does it say this time? It says reanimated into superpowered dominance, Deathlok is a cyborg hero bent on demolition. Yeah. So he's looking sweet. This guy looks cool. I'm actually pretty pumped about him. I think he's one of the better figures out of the bunch, personally. In my opinion, I just like him a lot. I think he's cool. You guys can check out the bottom there. We've gone over all this. You guys know what's up with all of that, so we don't have to go over that again. Pretty cool. I'm stoked about this figure. I like these bullets back there. I think it's cool. I think it's going to be a sweet figure. So let's crack him open and let's check him out. We are ToyPunks. Oi! All right, we got Deathlok open and out of the box, and let me tell you guys, I think this figure looks pretty dope. He's probably up there with my favorite out of the line with Cable. Cable and him, both, they just look really good. I know that there has been a Deathlok figure before, back in the Toy Biz days. I believe it was Series 9, the Galactus Build-A-Figure. So we get a new one, and he looks pretty cool. I really enjoy his accessories a lot. He's got some nice sculpt to him. He's got a lot of different little details. So let's go over kind of the accessories first here. We'll check this out. So he comes with this gigantic gun here, and this huge round strip of bullets here, which is pretty cool because it clips into the side of the gun. The gun fits into his hand quite nicely. If you guys want to see up close the detail within that gun, it's got some pretty cool detail and a nice sculpt there. And if you guys can see, this just simply lines up in there. There's actually a shape of a bullet for it to fit perfectly in there. So you just kind of just shove this guy in there and he fits nice. It's a nice little tight fit. He holds the gun well, so it doesn't bring his arm down too much, and I think the gun looks sweet with the bullets especially. It looks really cool. I like it a lot personally. So that does it for that accessory. And we also get, let's take this out. I did notice it is a little hard to get it in and out of this hand. This gun handle is a little bit wide compared to other guns. Another gun we get is this kind of crazy handgun here. Looks cool. Kind of reminds me of Han Solo's gun a little bit. Just a little bit. Not really, actually. I take that back. But either way, it's cool. It's a cool little side piece. Fits right nicely right there in his holster. I think it looks good. It's a cool little accessory. An extra gun. It's never a bad thing. So that pretty much does it for the accessories. I guess this is considered an accessory too in a sense, but this pops right off of his back. If you guys can see, there's a peg right there, and this just goes right onto him like that. So pretty cool. I dig it. I think it looks nice. As far as the overall sculpt of the figure, I think it looks really good. You guys can see his face. It just looks awesome. He's got that cyborg kind of view, or look, I should say. I don't know why I said view, but has the cyborg look. He's looking nice. This hose right there pops right off too, so that's kind of a cool little play feature, I guess. I could see that maybe possibly breaking off if you weren't careful with it, but I think it's neat that it does come off and that just fits right in there. But yeah, there's just a lot of detail, a lot of sculpt into it. You guys can clearly see he's got some pretty sweet robotic arms there. A lot of different crazy looking pieces to him. I think he looks nice. This belt here is loose as well. You guys can see that. Everything else is pretty much attached to him permanently. And that's really all. As far as the articulation goes, we get the same thing going on, you know, not too much up and down movement. You got this going all the way around. Obviously, this is kind of his piece right here, kind of stops that. As far as the arms go, they move nicely. You guys can see that pretty good. Side arm right there, you guys, the elbow. Looks nice. The wrist move. If you guys notice, he does only have one trigger hand, so can't really do much with that. I don't think this really fits into his hand too much. I guess he can hold it like that if you wanted to, which kind of looks a little goofy, but it does look nice when you have him holding it and him using this to rest the gun on. That does look good. As far as the top, we have, you guys hear it, that clicking again, but we have a top, some top articulation there, his waist movement, and legs. We have side cut, very close to the top there. His knees double jointed, his ankles, straightforward ankles, no really. Oh, and then up here you guys can see that turns around as well. And that pretty much does it for the articulation of the piece. Like I said, the paint, we kind of went over that. I think it looks really nice. His head, kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it, it does have kind of some washing going on to it and a little bit more depth into the skin itself, just a little bit. I can see there's a little bit of texture there, and a little bit of sculpt texture as well on his face. I think it's got some nice detail to it. And then you guys can obviously see all the paint applications with the red and the yellow and the American flag there painted on there. So it's nice. I think there's a lot of cool little details. I think the figure really does look good. It looks just like him, and he's definitely going to be a cool piece to the collection. So that pretty much goes over the entire figure. I don't know if I mentioned this, but if not, you guys, we got to build a figure. This one is the arm. So we're almost there. I think we got one more video, and we'll be building this Sasquatch and seeing how it looks like compared to the rest of the figures. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so real quick, we're going to bring out Paladin. We're going to have both of these figures side by side. Just check them out, and that should do it. We are ToyPunks. Oi! Paladin and Deathlok side by side. What do you guys think? I think they look really great. They're really cool figures. Me personally, I like Deathlok a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. Which one do you guys like better? Tell me in the comments, because I want to know. I think Deathlok just has a lot of cool features, but Paladin also would make a great base for a cool custom figure. So let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. Also, if you guys have not seen any of our other videos from this line, the Deadpool series, we did other reviews, so check those out. Hit the link, because we're going to leave a link for you guys. And last but not least, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell, because we've got one more video for this Deadpool figure. It's going to be X23, and then we're going to finally use these Build-A-Figure pieces and build this Sasquatch and bring all the other figures back for that video. It will be our final one for the Deadpool wave. So please click that so you guys will get notified. And thank you guys so much for watching ToyPunks. It's been a treat. We are ToyPunks. Oi! Thanks so much for joining us on episode number 35. It is over and done, and I have to say I really like the figures, you guys. Deathlok and Paladin. Deathlok was super sweet with that giant gun and all those bullets. It was pretty cool. And Paladin, I really liked his boot knife. I thought that was pretty cool. And if you guys end up making a custom using Paladin as a base figure, let me see that. Let's see those pictures in the comments. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Twitter, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell, because we're going to be dropping more videos from this Deadpool Sasquatch Build-A-Figure line. We're going to be getting the rest of the figures and dropping those so we can finally build this Sasquatch. The music for this one, the band was called the Goddamn Gallows. The album is called The Seven Devils, because there are 7 figures up in this line. I thought it was fitting, so that's why I used it, even though technically it's 8 figures because of the Build-A-Figures, but you guys get the idea. Anyways, enough of me rambling. Thank you guys so much again. My name is Jordan, and we are ToyPunks. Oi!